Hey guys, what's going on? This is Braylon, and this is going to be my full moon in Cancer video, guys. I'm recording this late at night on the 19th of December. The full moon in Cancer is actually on the 22nd of December, the day after the winter solstice, and it's a full moon that is at 00 degrees. Guys, this is going to be one of the most powerful full moons that we have ever experienced. I mean, every Cancer full moon is really powerful in my opinion. So in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about Cancer energy. We're going to talk a little bit about what this full moon might bring and what it might mean for us on a deeper level. And at the end of the video, I will pull a tarot card message guidance for each zodiac sign. So guys, once a month we have a full moon. Every full moon is the mark of a completion of a cycle, and in this case, I would say that this is a completion of an emotional cycle, because we are submerged in this very deep water energy. Cancer is the cardinal water sign of the astrology wheel. So this is going to be a full moon in a cardinal sign, which means, you know, certain actions. Cardinal signs, the key word with cardinal energy is action. So in this case, I feel that this is about actually doing something about the way that we feel, you know, considering our emotions and taking action, emotional action. Doing something about the way that we feel is what I have written here on my notes. This is the fourth house. We're going to have a full moon in the fourth house of our universe, and this area is quite an emotional area. It's the area of Cancer, family, home, wherever you consider your roots, so like your emotional foundation. This energy, guys, you know, a lot of things that I've been thinking about is how difficult this energy is going to be for those of you, or I'm not sure if any of these kind of people are watching, but the people who struggle with emotional embrace, you know, people who don't really feel like emotion is a part of, you know, human experience, people who are a bit more logical, a bit more analytical, and less emotional, you know, those kind of energies, those kind of people may have a really hard time with this energy, because it's really hard to ignore the emotions of Cancer, okay? Cancer is a bit different than Pisces and Scorpio. All water signs are different, but, you know, if there's any Cancers watching, or if there's anyone watching who's ever been with a Cancer, who have Cancer family members, or have your own Cancer energy, you can just kind of think about how deep the emotions actually are. I've always said that, you know, it's interesting to me the area of emotion that Cancer rules, because it's all about action. You know, Pisces is more about changing throughout emotion, adapting while a lot of feelings are going on. Scorpio handles the domain of like stabilizing the water, making it equal and kind of calm, you know, emotional stability. Cancer, you know, it's really hard. I've always thought about this, because when I feel something, I don't always go right to what do I do about this. You know, I like to kind of sit with my feelings and, you know, allow them to change me and things like that. But Cancer, being the cardinal, being the Chariot card, they always want to move forward. And these emotions can then become kind of like obstacles, guys. So around the full moon, you know, with this solstice energy happening, and the fact that the North Node is going to be, you know, with this moon and opposite of the Sun and Pluto in Saturn in the South Node, this is going to be a strong opposition. You know, Saturn rules Capricorn, and Capricorn is the opposite side of Cancer. Saturn is in Capricorn. And the moon, I haven't mentioned this yet, but the moon actually rules Cancer. So the moon is going to be incredibly comfortable. This is the moon's home. So it's really interesting that this energy is happening in our lives, so that new beginnings and new cycles of where we live and who we consider our family, wherever we consider our roots and our foundation, there's cycles completing about that. And this is all happening because the moon is actually going home. And it's kind of weird, because we're going to be learning a lot about our home because of this. So as I mentioned, the inner emotional security on this day, the energy that this full moon is going to kind of open up, just lots of feels, guys. I really feel that. That's why I wanted to record this video a couple days before the full moon, because I have no idea what's going to be going on that day, and I'm extremely sensitive to energy. So I'm just kind of trying to prepare us for this full moon in the fourth house. You know, it's going to bring up certain things about the homes of our childhoods and our current home. You know, this is definitely relating to me as I was taking notes for this full moon. It was just really interesting to see, like, wow, that's why this is going on. That's why this is going on with my life. It's really interesting also that this full moon is kind of an eclipse. It definitely falls in the realm of the ecliptic pathway because the eclipses fall wherever the north and south nodes are. But this is not actually quite an eclipse. There is going to be, I believe, a lunar eclipse in Capricorn next month. But I did hear the Leo King say today that this is not exactly a full an eclipse, but it is going to be kind of like an eclipse energy. And eclipses are the most powerful astrological thing that we can experience. So we're going to feel this energy very intensely. There's a lot of other aspects going on, guys. For those of you who are into astrology, we're not going to touch on a lot of that stuff because for me, it's just kind of about channeling, kind of giving my message and my advice with this full moon. And then, of course, getting the guidance at the end of the video for the 12 signs. So, another thing I want to mention about this Cancer energy is that it really is a mother energy. It's kind of a maternal energy. So we're going to have to really tap into the calmer and more nurturing sides of us, guys. We all have feelings, no matter how far along you are on the journey of detachment or, trying to appear that you don't really have emotions. Emotions are not a weakness. I've been hearing people say that a lot lately, and it really matters to me when people say that, because I don't think that emotions are a weakness. I think emotions, being able to feel, making yourself acceptably vulnerable, I think that says a lot. And even Cancer is the crab. So there's going to be this innate feeling initially to kind of, like, no, like, I don't really feel that, or what am I feeling, or I don't want this person to know that I feel that, or there could be lots of stuff. We're all going to probably handle this a bit differently. So, guys, it's best to flow through the energy. I will say that is my advice for this Cancer full moon, is that it's really best to just ride the wave of action, emotional action. A lot of us, here's the thing, it's going to be extremely hard for those of us, I should say, that have ignored certain emotions, because we all have this emotion. We have our inner intuitive system. Our emotions are kind of like our guidance, you know what I mean? It's very much a feeling. Our feelings are our sensations. It's warning systems telling us, it communicating with us what we like, what we don't like, what we feel, unresolved trauma. I think emotions are really important. But those of us, it can become really easy, to just not handle the emotion, put it on the back burner, you just bottle it all up. Well, this is not a full moon where we're going to be able to do that. And it may be for some of us that there's this huge emotional tidal wave, just because with Cancer energy, I love Cancer. Cancers are very, very, very in tune with emotion, but it's interesting that they're the cardinal sign, because a lot of Cancers, I know how it seems is that they're just holding all the emotion. And I don't ever really see the actions Cancer takes. I know intuitively that Cancer takes many actions when it comes to the feelings that they feel. But they do it in private, it seems. This is a very private shell-like energy. So it's about your experience with your emotions, not necessarily other outside influences. So please keep that in mind around this time, you guys. It's just great that this is all happening at the winter solstice and the full moon, and Christmas and energy that some of you guys are celebrating. So emotions are going to be kind of at an all-time high, and just try your best, because as an advice as a Pisces, I'm a water sign, and maybe Scorpio and Cancer can kind of back me up here. It can be very easy to absorb the emotions of other people. I think that's going to be one of the main that's going to be one of the main things that take people out with this full moon, that really send people over the edge, is like feeling everything that they're feeling, and then feeling everything that their family is feeling. And on top of that, just kind of taking all that on at once. It adds even more heaviness. There is an emotional heaviness that some of us may tap into. It really depends on you and how far along or where exactly you are on this emotional journey. How do you deal with your feelings? How do you express your feelings? Are you good at communicating them? And that's not, for me to say, it's really a reflecting energy. Water is completely reflective. You can look in water and see kind of a wavy version of yourself, or a wavy version of the reflection around. Okay, so it's an interesting energy, you guys, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the energy coming out in the tarot cards. I'm just going to look over my notes here, because I'm just kind of channeling this water energy. Like, emotion to me as a Pisces is just, that's who I am. It's my blood. It's everything that I am. Every day is emotional for me. But I also have a Capricorn rising. I have a Taurus moon that presents me as this very grounded character. I do ground my emotion, but I also have just a lot of emotional depth to me as well. So I know this is going to be different for all of us. But I would say it's just about finally coming to the point, getting to the point where we're doing something about these emotions, you know. Either way you cut it, there is a cycle that is completing, especially because the moon has returned home. You know, once a year we have a Cancer full moon, and I think that marks, you know, a very, very important soul initiation. You know, the moon is our soul, the moon is our mother, the moon is the mask that we wear. So guys, try your best to use your discernment. Should I hide these emotions? You know, that's really up to you, because it depends on the situation. But with this whole mask energy and the Cancer crab shell, like, you know, if that's what's best for you around this Cancer full moon, then it may be best to kind of go into your solitude and reflect on your own emotions, okay? Because, you know, we all have our own feelings, and we're going to be feeling everything. Everyone on earth for a few days is just going to be really, really overwhelmed emotionally. We're going to be, like the Leo King said, very emotionally charged beings just everywhere. So that's basically it, guys. It's a lot of emotion for the Cancer full moon. I believe it's going to be very, very spiritual, more than I can actually word right now. And I'm more so just eager to get the tarot messages out to you guys. But that was just a little bit of the notes that I took, and, you know, kind of where this energy is in the universe and what Cancer kind of stands for. Totally so much more that we can dive into and talk about. But I do want to get to the tarot cards, you guys. So this tarot card that I pull, it could be a message about your family, it could be a message about your emotion, it could be a message about your foundation. But I want you guys to just kind of follow your own intuition. That's another thing about this water energy, is that it's very incredibly intuitive and psychic, okay? Very psychic energy. A lot of emotional pulses being sent to our universe and things like that. So we'll just see what the guidance is for all the signs. I'm gonna need this. I'm going to need this so that I can keep up with the houses. So, of course, we're going to start with Aries, the first zodiac sign. Aries, you are a cardinal sign. So you're going to understand this kind of cardinal energy coming in with the full moon in Cancer and with the sun entering Capricorn on the 21st. So you do have that in your favor, Aries, the whole moving forward. There's going to be this energy in the universe that helps you do that. But I did want to mention, Aries, that this is happening in your 4th house of home, family, foundation, roots. So this is squaring you, Aries. Whenever we go through 4th house transits, it's a 90-degree angle in astrology, which brings up a kind of a harsh aspect. So there could be some emotional compromising going on, compromises in your family that may come up that is important. Meeting somebody halfway emotionally, that's what squares kind of bring up. So let's go ahead and shuffle and see what the full moon in Cancer message is for Aries. And it fell. We do have the 9 of Pentacles, Aries. So this full moon is about kind of being surrounded. It's a physical energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, financial energy, materialistic energy, not in a bad way, but just things that you can touch. Tangible is a better word. So we've got some single Aries watching, okay? We've got some Aries that are focused on their own independence, because this is the single woman card. So if you're a male Aries watching, you could be dealing with a woman of abundance. I love this energy. This does talk about the gilded cage, though. So some of you guys are surrounded by nice things. You know, you're comfortable where you are, and you're comfortable there on your own. But just keep in mind that a locked door is a locked door. So this is a gilded cage. The gilded cage talks about a comfortable prison. So I want you guys to ask yourself that around this time, Aries, if you're feeling this way emotional. Is this something that you can connect to your family or your roots? Is this about getting back to the roots of your own foundation? You know, this is about your own abundance for sure. The abundance that goes into your home, perhaps. But it looks like a lot of you guys watching this video, at least, are going through things in a very independent way, in a very I am way. Okay, we do have the Star card and the 9 of Cups at the bottom of the deck with the Fool card, Aries. So some of you guys are coming out of this poverty, this, you know, could be with a Cancer. Now this is this moon. Here's the moon card. So this moon is all about, you know, feeling left out in the cold emotionally, possibly even, you know, I feel some financial energy for some of you guys. We have an Aquarius here, but we have 2 wishing cards. So this is definitely bringing up some kind of hope and inspiration that you have in a wish fulfilled. This full moon could very well grant you a wish, Aries. Maybe it's a wish to be single. Maybe it's a wish to share this abundant garden with someone else. But we have the Fool card, which is you, Aries. This is a leap of faith. Both of these cards talk about faith. So we have faith and wishes. So there is something here about healing emotionally, Aries, and starting something completely new around this full moon. Potentially just taking a jump of faith. You know, whatever happens, happens. Could involve an Aquarius for some of you. So it was interesting to look down and see both of those wish cards and both of those faith inspiration cards. But the card coming out for you, Aries, for this full moon is the Nine of Pentacles. So it looks like Aries is really trying to stay grounded around this full moon, and maybe feeling a little bit like this emotionally. Maybe you guys are single emotionally, if that makes sense. But that could also relate to your family, okay? There could be a single Aquarius message here and some kind of wish involving that, okay? So let's move on to Taurus. Taurus, this is going to be happening in your third house. This full moon is in your third house. So there's going to be some emotional communication that comes up. This is the house of communication for you, Taurus. Maybe some short distance travel in regards to emotion. You know, that can manifest in many different ways. So let's see what the Cancer full moon message is for Taurus in their third house of communication. I do want to tell you, Taurus, there may be some emotion that comes up in regards to your lower mind. You may be processing emotion in kind of with your lower mind, it seems. Okay, and there is some decisions here, Taurus, that need balancing out. We do have the Six of Pentacles coming out for you. So we've got some Pentacle messages coming up for Aries and Taurus. This is about balance for you, Taurus. You know how important it is for you, Taurus, to make sure that you're getting what you're giving, right? That no one in the situation is receiving less or giving less than the other person. 50-50 relationships here. Now, this is about your emotional investments, though. I do want to consider emotion and family and foundation with the cards that I pulled this time for the full moon. So Taurus, this is about balancing your emotions in a physical way. I feel like I'm feeling an energy about what you give out in an emotional way. You know, your sensitivity. Emotions have value too, Taurus, and I would know. I have a Taurus moon, so I value my soul and my emotions very much. So just picture these coins as emotion or as feelings that you're sharing with something. You know, there could be crumbs sometimes with these situations. This is a charity card, so emotional charity is coming up here. You know what that means, Taurus. Be careful about the emotions that you're giving out as charity, because this is a time to kind of ground yourself, especially because you have a decision to make as the Queen of Pentacles. There could definitely be a decision to make about the stability going on in your home. The Queen of Pentacles is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn woman. She's a mother energy. She's very nurturing, but she's very stable and very logical. She can cook, she can clean, she washes the dishes, she does all of this stuff and still has time at the end of the day to read the comic section in the newspaper. That's what it says about this card. So there's a decision to make about your stability, Taurus, and the balance of that. For some reason, that is coming up for your energy for the full moon in Cancer. Another thing I want to mention about your underlying energy, because this is your message here, okay? There is something here about balance, maybe dealing with a Libra. This is someone who's at a crossroads. And there could be something, Taurus, that you have kind of, you know, put behind you. This woman is blindfolded. So there's something that you're not quite seeing, Taurus. You may see it on the Capricorn new moon. We have that new moon there. But this is a full moon. And look at all that water behind this woman who's at a crossroads. So you could be at a crossroads mentally with a decision that you have to make between two paths, two people, two places, two things. And this does speak directly to you or another earth sign woman, and it looks like there's some kind of second chance here that you're holding on to, whatever that means to you guys. But yeah, Taurus, I do see intuitively here that you've blinded yourself to the way that you feel, and that has conflicted you emotionally. But there is some kind of decision that needs to be made here, and I think it has to do with your home, with your family, with some kind of stability, you know, because the card coming out for you was the equal give and take card, the Six of Pentacles. So whatever decision you have to make, I think it would help you, Taurus, to just consider, you know, balance and, you know, maybe even compromise or both ends of the spectrum. And I wouldn't make any decisions that could potentially throw off the balance of your finances, of your stability. And this is about your emotion. I mean, what else could get Taurus in their feelings than the fear of future instability? So let's move on to Gemini. Gemini, this Cancer full moon is happening in your second house. We had the Gemini full moon last month, so you've already went through your first house. So this is about the value that you have about your family. You know, emotions are going to be a resource for you around this time, Gemini, believe it or not. You are an air sign, so I know that you're typically in your head about things. You're more likely to analyze and communicate about these things, or just, you know, go over the thoughts in your mind, Gemini. But this is about emotional value. This is about how much you value your foundation and your emotional security. Okay, so let's see what the message is for Gemini. So we definitely have a cup. We have a few cup cards, Gemini. This is interesting. The card we had come out for you is the Seven of Cups. One of my favorite cards is a Pisces. Complete illusion, lots of options. We do have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy here with the cups, so you're on the emotional playing front, Gemini. You even had emotion come out for you. Aries and Taurus just got pinnacle messages, but Gemini's coming in hot with a lot of feels. Okay, I want to show you the bottom of the deck here. Holy crap. So lots of cups cards for you. This is your bottom of the deck. Literally the 7 and the 8. This is the card that came out for you, Gemini, the 7. The underlying energy for this message is the 8 of Cups. So it looks as if Gemini is trying to walk away from illusion. You're trying to walk away from emotional, overwhelming, like, this is a different realm that you're walking away from. It's a realm that has many different cups. This is about, you know, remember, this is about your resources in your second house. Okay, Cancer is the second house of Gemini. So this is all about, you know, what you value. And look at all these different options in this cup. We got jewels. There's some kind of celebration going on here. There's even a cup that offers some kind of living situation. There's a cup that offers knowledge. But if these cups were to be poison on a table, and all these cups were filled with clear liquid, but what if I were to tell you that 3 of these cups have poison in it, and the rest of the other 4 of them have water? So then you might pick a little bit wiser, right, Gemini? This man here, or this figure in this picture, he's a silhouette because he's in a different realm. So I feel that there may be some emotional confusion for you, Gemini. There might be an overwhelming amount of emotional option. This is totally Cancer energy here. This is definitely water sign energy. And as an air sign, you're going to be trying, that's why the clouds are around it, because that symbolizes air. So this is like happening in your mind, but it is emotion, Gemini. And I just want to say that not all of those options are healthy for you. So just keep that in mind with these cups being offered to you. But either way, this looks like an energy that you're walking away from, Gemini. We have the 8 of Cups. So literally the 7 and the 8. So this is a synchronicity. This is some kind of chronological step up emotionally from you. I think that you guys are leaving behind certain options, okay? You might say, fuck all these cups. And look at that moon there. You know, we even have an indication of the full moon in Cancer up there in the top. So this person is actually headed on a soul journey, leaving behind what they were once emotionally invested in to start on a completely new soul journey. So I do feel that. And the next card after that, Gemini, would literally be the 10 of Cups. So we have the 7, 8, and 10 of Cups. So we're missing the 9 of Cups. I think that is some kind of importance here. That there may be some kind of wish that is missing from this, because we are missing the 9 of Cups for that to be the perfect chronological order. But maybe you jump a step, you skip an emotional step and go right into emotional fulfillment. This is just indicating that there is some kind of completion with the number 10. Walking away from emotional confusion around this time and just kind of following your own soul, your own intuition, will lead you to emotional fulfillment, possibly with a relationship or with your family, Gemini. This is about valuing your family, continuing to work on that, you know, with the 8 of Pentacles here as well. So you're walking away from emotional confusion and walking towards emotional fulfillment. That's awesome, Gemini. So let's keep going and move to Cancer. Hello, Cancer. Your energy is something else. But I honor you so much as a water sign, and I learn from you. So needless to say, this is happening in your sign, Cancer. This is going to be your energy. You're kind of used to this emotion and this amount of feelings, this amount of depth. So first house energy. This is all about your personality, Cancer. You're ruled by the moon. This is your mother, you know what I mean? Or you as a mother. That nurturing emotional energy, Cancer. Lots of emotion that Cancer is feeling. A heaviness. You guys got a few different cards. But this, as I said, this is all about your personality. So Cancer, similar thing that happened with the Gemini reading. The Gemini had the 8 of Cups in the 7, the 8 in the 7 and 8 of Cups. You're getting the 9 of Wands and the 10 of Wands with the Knight of Pentacles in the middle. So let's just take this step by step. Cancer, a lot of emotional battles you've been fighting, okay? This is all about who you are as a person. So this one, the message for you is easy. This is like battling yourself or fighting for yourself. This is a very defensive card. So there could be some of this energy going on in the home or with your family or just with you. You could have your emotional guard up. We have a lot of fire here. So you could be dealing with an Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, or a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. But we have a Virgo here in the middle. And there's this 9 of Wands and this 10 of Wands. That's a synchronicity. There is a step up. So there's some kind of battle. You guys could have fought like the final battle of some kind of emotion. You know how it is as a water sign. There's all these battles that we fight. Okay, and it looks like there's some kind of slow movement, right? There's some kind of slow movement in the middle. This is about moving forward in a practical way, like your opposite sign, Capricorn. And, you know, dropping a burden. You know, there's something that you've been fighting, Cancer. There's some kind of, either you or another person is extremely defensive. It could be you. For some of you, it is you. For others of you, it's a person who's making you that way, or you're just dealing with someone. But the 10 of Wands is a completion. So usually the 9 of Wands is talking about, you know, the battle not being over, the wounded warrior. You know, this person has been through a lot. Look how much they've carried. I felt a heaviness with this energy with you. So there's some kind of emotional burden that you need to drop for yourself, by yourself. And it's about moving forward in the most practical way. What I'm hearing for you, Cancer, is the most practical thing to do around this full moon is to just let your guard down. There's no sense in fighting this. You know, the rest of us can't fight it. So it's really not any different for you, Cancer. The moon is so comfortable with you that she's like, here, Cancer, here's all this weight, here's all this emotion that I know you can handle because you're the cardinal water sign. And as I said in the beginning of the video, Cancer is about moving forward. So moving forward in a practical way, putting your best foot forward, even if that means moving a bit slower, away from these battles, away from this defense mechanism, and dropping this burden because of some kind of completion. Bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor. So Aries is coming up here for you, or you're a father figure. You know, this moon is going to be opposing a lot of authority energy. Pluto in Capricorn, Saturn, and you know, the Sun in Capricorn. So authority is coming up here as an underlying energy. We have another 10 card here, the 10 of Pentacles. So there could be something here about an Aries family member, or the father to your children, Cancer, or you know, your father. But this card is talking about family and financial success. So some of your guys' bosses are coming up here. There might be some kind of energy with your job too, Cancer. But we have the Emperor. So whoever the man of the house is or something like that, there's some kind of financial completion going on. And that might be why there's some slow financial energy in between. There has been some financial battles or battles with an earth sign. Battles about something that you really value, Cancer, and there is a heavy weight. But I feel like this moon is going to kind of complete this for you. It's a completion of an emotional burden that you've been fighting for a while. So hopefully that message helps, Cancer. I feel like it's about stepping into your own authority to complete these things. Okay, we have a Capricornish energy here with the 10 of Pentacles and the Emperor. That gives me a Capricorn vibe. So hopefully that helped you guys. Let's move to Leo. Leo, this is an interesting moon. You know, Cancer is 12 signs away from you. So this is your 12th house of subconscious. You're going to have a full moon all the way lit up with lights in your 12th house that is usually dark. You know, the subconscious is a dreamy energy. You know, it's a nighttime energy. So this is about undoing certain things. Is there anything about your emotions that you would like to undo? You know what I mean? But there are some things, there's some feelings that cannot be undone. So this is also a cycle completing for you at a subconscious level, Leo. This is a very spiritual energy, not just because it's Cancer, but because the 12th house is a very spiritual house. All right, so let's see what's going on for Leo with this Cancer full moon. Leo, what is the message for Leo for the Cancer full moon? So it's hidden pretty deep in your subconscious. We did just have the 8 of Swords pop out and flip back over. So some of you guys are also feeling blindfolded a bit like Taurus. Maybe even trying to escape some of your emotion, but that you could be feeling trapped. But let's let something come out here, Leo. That was for some of you, but it kind of went back in. So you're kind of feeling a little bit trapped secretly in your subconscious. Interesting. Leo, we have the Temperance card coming out here. So specifically Sagittarius coming out here for you, Leo. If any of you have a Sagittarius 12th house or anything like that, or a Sagittarius moon, this isn't a special message for you. We have Sagittarius. So this full moon may bring a Sagittarius energy around you. But if you're not resonating with that, aside from Sagittarius, this card is the card of balance and patience. So, or moderation, I want to say. We have these 2 cups here with the Temperance. We do have Archangel Michael here. So being patient with these emotions, okay, at a subconscious level. I love with the Temperance card how Archangel Michael has 1 foot on the ground and 1 foot in the water. So this could even be something about trying something new, Leo. You know, there is a path back there that is actually coming out of this little pool of water. So that to me represents your emotions. There's something here about being emotionally patient. You are a fire sign. Anger is an emotion. So balance emotionally is coming up in your subconscious, because the next full moon is going to be in your sign, Leo. So this is about undoing any leftover unresolved emotions from your subconscious state, things that you're not conscious of that may rise to the surface with the help of the Cancer light in your 12th house. So you may become aware of certain things, and it may stem from your childhood. It may be linked to family. You may have a Sagittarius family member or something like that. But it's about being patient with your family, being patient about matters of the home, even your mother, or if you are a mother, being patient and trying new things, balancing things out. The bottom of the deck is the 7 of Cups, just like Gemini got. So there could be some Gemini things going on here. A lot of options. So this is why you're needing to be patient, because you have quite a lot to balance out, Leo. There's all these different cups, and not all these options are even good. So I feel like this is your subconscious, Leo. All right, this is the subconscious card. Like, it's kind of a dreamy card. This is definitely a different emotional realm going on. So here's a look at what's really going on in your subconscious when you're sleeping around this full moon, Leo. All these different cups, and you're kind of overwhelmed with this. You know, there's potentially even people offering these things to you, and you have a different emotional response to all these things, right? So just be patient when it comes to deciding something around this full moon, because if there's one thing I know about emotion, is that, you know, they change really fast. And if you make a quick decision, your emotions may change, but your decision might not be able to change that fast. So it is about just putting your foot in that water a little bit, but also staying grounded when it comes to these different realms that you're going to be in, Leo. A lot of different emotion flooding in that subconscious. And I think it's about you know, choosing 2 of those cups to mix together, because there's some kind of alchemy going on here with you, Leo. So it's like, what ingredients do you need at this point in your life? Okay, and it's kind of like, you know, there may have been even some conflict that needs to be balanced out, because something may have fell apart, you know what I mean, mentally. This could feel a lot like a mental shock with the Tower that I see here, and the Wheel of Fortune, the King of Swords. So there's definitely some conflict involved in this too, Leo. Being emotionally overwhelmed or emotionally confused, not being able to see clearly through this energy on the 22nd. But stay patient, Leo. That is your message, to stay patient. All you have to do is stay here long enough to choose 2 cups. So basically choose 2 feelings, Leo, and then like kind of mix those together to create your own alchemy. And like I said, this may have something to do with your family, with your home, or with a mother's energy. It could be any of this Cancer energy. So hopefully that helped. So now we're going to move on to Virgo. Virgo, Cancer is 11 signs away from you. And that means that this energy is all about your friends. It's about groups of people. So this is a very collective energy. So when I talk about the 11th house to certain signs when they're going through 11th house energy, I always want to let the person know that I'm talking to how collective this is really going to be. Collective energy is Aquarius energy, right? It's this like, it's all about groups. It's all like wherever 3 or more shall gather, you know what I mean? So a lot of completions in your 11th house of friendships. You know, there may be certain people that you're not friends with anymore after this full moon, or that there might be some emotions that come up with certain friendships or something like that. The card coming out for you, Virgo, is the 9 of Pentacles, just like Aries got. So there's some Aries Virgo action going on here. So the Nine of Pentacles is a single woman. This full moon, it may bring, maybe there's some breakups that happen around this time. You know, emotions are involved in everything, Virgo. So it's really interesting how much of a playing field this Cancer full moon really does have. It's not just restricted to, in fact, it's not restricted at all, because this is the opposite of Capricorn. Emotions don't have restrictions. They're not meant to have boundaries. So, you know, this is not just restricted to our family or our mothers. Some of you guys are single mothers, because we do have the single woman card here. And this energy is all about mother energy, right? So there is a single mother involved here, and then there's, like, of course, Pentacles. So this is your own energy, Virgo. I think you guys got this message for the Sagittarius new moon as well. So some of you guys may have set intentions a couple weeks ago that are coming to fruition now. This is literally a garden energy. So there was something planted here that is going to become very real. You know, you're going to be able to see it tangibly at this full moon, and it may involve a fire sign woman. We do have a very feminine fire sign woman, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Maybe there's a single fire sign. Aries did get this message, so there maybe some of you guys have split up with a fire sign. Maybe you have your own Queen of Wands energy. This is a Leo energy. So some of you guys, there's a single Leo or Aries or Sagittarius energy, or this is about being single and looking your best, feeling your best, because the Queen of Wands is a very attractive person. She's very hot, she's passionate, she's fiery, she has mastered the element of fire. So this might be, you know, some of you guys indulging in your own abundance as a single independent woman, but still keeping that fire lit, you know, still going after your passions and your creativity. The underlying energy is the Three of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles after that. So we've got some synchronicities going on this time, guys. A lot of signs are getting, you know, the 3 and the 4, the 6 and the 7. You're getting the 3 and then the 2, Virgo. So there could be something about your job going on here. We've got a teamwork situation here, but we've got someone who's juggling. So for some of you Virgos, you guys are in situations at work where you're doing all the juggling. You know, this could be third party energy for some of you. This is definitely about money, but keep in mind it's the Cancer full moon, so this is the area where emotions may stir up. So for you Virgo, it's like some of you guys are really tired of juggling in you know, you guys really need balance right now when it comes to some kind of situation where there's 3 or more people involved, or where there's some kind of plan or something like that. It's even a marriage for some of you guys, or just a teamwork situation. But to me, the Two of Pentacles, it looks like you're moving. For some reason, there's some kind of end to a teamwork situation, and Virgo is left just juggling these things on their own. Look at the emotion back there in that water. There's these ships sailing back there, but the water is really wavy. So this tells me that Virgo is really going to be, you know, juggling a lot around this Cancer full moon. Emotionally, this is about your own emotional value. It could be a decision. Some of you guys have a decision to make when it comes to juggling things at work. 2 jobs, if you work 2 different jobs, or if there's 2 different ways that you make money, there could be some kind of decision that's stressing you out, because I think you're being pulled in more of one direction. You know, this Two of Pentacles guy, it looks like there's one of those pentacles that he favors more than the other, okay? So I think some of you guys may, if you have 3 jobs, at the Cancer full moon, you consider your emotions and how unstable and how much balance you actually need emotionally, how drained you are, Virgo, from working all these hours. So you kind of take a step back. You take a step down, like, okay, this needs balance. This could be quitting a job, or quitting a job so that you only have 1 job, or that you only have 2 instead of 3. Okay, I'm just kind of reading it like that, but there's some kind of emotional juggling going on. So of course, Virgo, this is a message about your emotions and your money, how work contributes to your emotional state. And there's definitely some kind of crossroads that you guys are at, okay? One of these wands, one of these directions, because this guy, he's in the middle of a pathway. He's in the middle of comfort and growth, comfort and growth. I want you to know that one of these directions are the direction of your wish come true. So I don't know if you're going to go left or if you're going to go right, Virgo, but one of these directions has this 9 of Cups. The other direction may have the 3 of Swords, which is a heartbreak, but there's love right after that, Virgo. Lots of messages for you guys. You know, some of you really are dealing with breakups, but there's going to be some kind of communication about that. Clear communications in your relationships, all right, around this full moon, Virgo, because, you know, obviously there's some emotion flowing here. There could have been a third party or betrayal, but there is this opportunity for a complete new emotional rebirth, maybe new love coming in. But first, there's all this stuff going on, Virgo. Okay, so that was your underlying energy, the Three of Pentacles, showing me that this is happening in work. Some of you guys are really just focused on your own financial independence, though, with this fire sign or with your own fiery energy. You want to be independent and you want to be sexy, Virgo, basically. But your job is in there. There's a message in there about your job. So let's move to Libra. Libra, you are another cardinal energy. You are the cardinal air sign. So you're going to understand this Cancer energy. As far as moving forward, you are an air sign, so you may do what Gemini is doing, which is like, you know, trying to analyze this emotion a little bit. But the card we have coming out for you, Libra, and this is in your 10th house if I haven't mentioned that, so it's going to be about career. This is going to be about your long-term goals and your legacy. There is something that you don't want to work on anymore, Libra. This came out in the reverse, all right? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. It could be a relationship, but since this is in your 10th house, I'm going to go ahead and say this is about your emotional legacy. You guys might not think about it a lot, but how are your emotions at your job? You know what I mean? Like, is your job or is money, is your career, is there something about your goals or your long-term career, you know, the stability, the longevity of your stability in your 10 years from now? Is this where you want to work 10 years from now, Libra? Or is this causing some kind of emotional imbalance? Because this is someone who is no longer working on something. They're not trying to perfect a skill, because upright, this would be like working really hard, putting a lot of effort into something. You know, this guy is creating his own money. But with you, Libra, some of you guys are just going to be quitting jobs. You know, this Cancer full moon, man, it's obviously going to be forcing us to pay attention to the way we feel. So when you pay attention to the way you feel in regards to your long term, like all of a sudden Libra is going to be like, wait a minute, I don't want to feel this way in 10 years. You know, I don't want to look back and see that I put my effort into something that was emotionally draining me. So it just looks like you're putting the hammer down, Libra. There might be, you guys might need a break. You guys might be taking some time off work or something like that, because on top of all that, your underlying energy is the Tower. So this is going to shock either you or someone else. There may be something that kind of crumbles down. I mean, it looks like a typical scenario where someone quits their job and then, you know, they don't really know like how they're going to pay the rent or how they're going to pay the bills. But this is about trusting your intuitive guidance system, because after everything crumbles down, we do have a new offer coming in. We have some kind of financial message about work or something like that. It's just a new opportunity with money. It's a new seed that you could plant. It could involve some kind of emotional manifestation with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. But, you know, just when it comes to your emotions, Libra, you have all the tools that you need necessary, okay? For some reason, emotional manifestation is important for you when it comes to this situation around the full moon in Cancer, all right? These messages are a little bit strange because I expected them to be very psychic, but the thing is that that's not what people need to hear right now. People need to hear advice about what the hell to do when everything comes crumbling down on the Cancer full moon. So to me, Libra, it just looks like you guys are pulling back. You're stopping putting an effort in something because it's all crashing down. And when it all crashes down, when you leave that job, when you get out of that relationship, there's a brand new offer that comes almost immediately. This offer is going to honor your emotions a bit more. So yeah, it looks like there's some kind of shock. Some of you guys may, it may surprise you, okay? It may come off guard that this job is no longer available or something like that. Or just some kind of emotional instability, but I was going to say like at your job. This is all about your career, Libra. All about your 10th house of long term. So make sure you're thinking long term, especially when it comes to certain feelings that come up for you as a Libra on the 22nd. Make sure you ask yourself, you know, am I going to be upset about this in 10 minutes, 10 hours, 10 days, 10 months, 10 years? Am I going to be upset about this in 10 seconds? Like, you know, just make sure you're reflecting on that, because this is all about the long term, what you're going to feel in 10 years from now, Libra. Your emotional legacy, what you leave behind in an emotional way. And when you switch your perspective like that, you're really going to pull back from where something has been taking your physical energy. You know, you've been really focused on something, putting a lot of effort. But when that falls down, sometimes things have to fall down for new things to even be able to come in. So it looks like there's some kind of new emotional offer coming that is also physical. So, Scorpio, this is your 9th house. You're a water sign, Scorpio. So you are going to be swimming as the scorpion with this energy, okay? you learn the most from Cancer, Scorpio, because Cancer is 9 houses away from you. So this is about what you believe emotionally, okay? This is about where you believe your home is, Scorpio. What do you believe about family and about foundation and about security? What could expand? This is going to expand a lot of your emotions, Scorpio, so that you can learn, okay? This is a huge message, but there is the 3 of Swords right there. And I see Aries and I see Cancer. So there's something about an Aries and a Cancer and a heartbreak. But Spirit, if you could, just give me 1 card for Scorpio, please. And of course, well, we do have the Death card. We have the Hermit card and the 7 of Swords. So some of you guys are dealing with a sneaky Virgo that you need to walk away from. Okay, because this is karmic, but we literally had the Hermit. Some of you are dealing with a Virgo, okay, and we literally had the Death card come out, okay, but I have to reshuffle that. So there was some kind of message there, Scorpio, about a hidden agenda with a Hermit. Maybe there's just some you know, some isolation going on around the time. You know how it is, Scorpio, when you feel emotion, you would rather just act like you don't, because in the name of stability, like, I have mastered emotions. Scorpio has mastered emotions. But let's see what it is that you'll be learning, what it is that you'll be expanding on with this 9th house Cancer full moon. Scorpio, what is the message? Scorpio, this card came out for you in December, in my other readings for December 2018. Now it's coming out for you with the full moon message. This is your planet Pluto. This is the Judgment card. So this full moon is going to be a resurrection. The Judgment card is a resurrection. You see these people in their graves. There's this angel who's playing the trumpet of truth. So this Cancer full moon is going to awaken you, okay, to your beliefs. There's a second chance at something emotional here. This could be someone coming back from your past. This is a very resurrecting energy from the past. It's an awakening, a beckoning, a call that you need to answer, okay? Something that you thought was dead, Scorpio, that's not quite dead. All right, because these people are getting a second opportunity to rise again and to live again. All right, so second opportunity to learn something, second opportunity to go back to school, second opportunity at expansion. This is a second opportunity for you, Scorpio, at anything that you want a second opportunity with, but you need to consider your emotions and your family as well. So there is something resurrecting. I feel like this may involve emotions that you used to feel that are coming up again as this cycle completes. That's going to happen for a very important reason. Maybe there's certain feelings that you thought were buried in these graves, but for some reason this Cancer full moon teaches you the lesson of resurrection. Like, hey, and you know this, Scorpio, you are a resurrection. You are the house of death. So you understand that death and life, they're kind of illusions that play off of each other, right? So there's some emotion in a coffin somewhere that you have buried, Scorpio. It could be for a person. It could be something traumatic from your past, but it's kind of coming back. And please trust this energy of emotion, because Cancer would never resurrect something for you, Scorpio, if it wasn't meant to be. So this is literally like an emotional resurrection spell, okay? And those are very important. People only do those for very important reasons. So there's something that needs to return. Maybe that's you, maybe it's another person, but this is Pluto energy. So this is about purifying your emotions, and it has a lot to do with deep subconscious forces, okay? Emotion that you've hidden deep down. So not only is this a coffin, this is a coffin that's buried like at the bottom of the ocean. But still, this trumpet is loud enough for the emotions to reemerge. So just prepare for that on the full moon, that there may be emotions that come back from the past, Scorpio, with people, with places, with things. Bottom of the deck is the 6 of Pentacles. Your opposite sign, Taurus, got this card too. So potentially some, equal give and take between you and a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or maybe this is just with anyone. It's with your family. This is about what you give emotionally, Scorpio. How can you learn more from this second opportunity of balance? Okay, so this could even be a second opportunity at a job, something that would contribute to another chance at balance financially, or tangible balance. So there's balance, and then there's tangible balance that you can see, touch, feel. So this is a second opportunity to see and touch and feel something that's balanced. Could be dealing with a Libra for some of you guys too. I did see Libra come out. There's a wish fulfillment here for a new love as well, potentially with an Aries, Scorpio, because we do have the Aries card here. So some kind of new passion that comes in. Maybe it has to do with being a boss. Maybe it has to do with a father figure or a parent that is an Aries. But it looks like you guys have a wish for new emotion and new love. Cancer could also be resurrecting this, Scorpio. But keep in mind, this is your 9th house, okay? There is something coming in very quick. I did see this card fall on the ground, so there is some kind of message. Maybe there's some traveling or something like that. But this is happening quick. This is going to be a very quick resurrection. But I like that the underlying energy is the 6 of Pentacles, because that tells me that it's going to be 50-50. It's going to be fair. It's going to balance things out. So this is being resurrected in the name of balance. And you're going to be able to learn from this, Scorpio, tremendously. It's going to expand, okay? So hopefully that helps. Let's move to Sagittarius energy. Sag, this is your 8th house. I already talked to you guys about this a little bit in my December videos, how important this full moon is for you, okay? Because it's happening in a very intimate place. So this is about your intimate emotions. You guys might be, don't be surprised if you cry. I mean, I'm actually, that should be a goal that you set. You know, crying, it shouldn't be frowned upon. It's not weak. You know, you need to release that toxicity in the emotions that you feel passionately inside, Sagittarius. So take your aim emotionally around this time. If there's any emotions that come up around this full moon, you know, it's because of the intimacy. It's in your 8th house of secrets. So there could be certain secrets that come out when the moon is filled with light in the 8th house of darkness. You know, the 8th house is usually hidden and things like that. So, you know, this is certain emotions that you keep a secret, Sagittarius. Feelings that no one knows that you have. You know, things like that. Very intimate. Maybe there's going to be some intimate conversations that take place with this full moon. I think Sagittarius is going to be wanting to be intimate around this full moon, because this is about sex and all that, okay? So, what is the message here for Sagittarius energy? And by the time of this full moon, at least the sun will be out of Sagittarius. It'll then be in Capricorn. So the intensity will kind of lessen, I want to say. Alright. Sagittarius. So we have the Tower card in the reverse for you. Okay, some of you guys are kind of linked to Libra a little bit, because Libra did get the Tower, but they got it upright. Okay, so this is something that isn't falling apart. The bottom of the deck is the 3 of Wands and the Hierophant. So this also has to do maybe with a Taurus, but it might have to do with some kind of commitment that you're waiting on. It might be an intimate commitment, okay? This might be around this time you guys could be considering who is emotionally committed to you, or is this situation something that you can trust enough in your future? You know what I mean? This is about commitment in your future and resting right now, because there is the opportunity for a new beginning of healing after some kind of, you know, betrayal and cheating energy, sneaking energy that has caused a lot of conflict. There's a new beginning of healing, but you're going to need to rest before you take that big leap and that big jump. But yeah, we have the Hierophant here. So this is about you looking to your beliefs in the future. What do you believe about intimacy? Are you committed, you know, around this time, or is it just caught up in the passion and the intimacy? Because that is the 8th house can be like that. But we have the Tower in the reverse. So to me, the Tower upright would be something falling apart, right? Something that shocks you, something that's unpredictable. So maybe this is about something in your future, because we have to consider both of these cards here and the 8th house, family, okay, things like that, and your emotions. So I think this is about Sagittarius seeing a different version of themselves in the future that is less fall aparty, you know what I mean? Less crumbled downy, okay? There's some kind of Tower here in the reverse, which to me, I'm not sure what this card means in the deck in reverse, to be honest with you, but intuitively I'm getting a vibe of rebuilding something for your future. Alright, something that did fall down, but the opportunity here to rebuild it and look at it in a different way. Alright, because something is upside down here. Maybe there's an indication of, you know, something being upside down and that's why it's falling apart. But what's really, I'm really drawn to here is the 3 of Wands. Okay, which is waiting for something. So you guys could be waiting for something to fall apart. Like, you know, it might be something that was shaky before and now it looked like, hey, I'm the Tower in reverse. I'm not gonna shock you. I'm not gonna you know, fall apart in front of your very eyes. But Sag is like, I don't know, I'm kind of waiting for this to fall apart at any moment. This could be talking about you or something in your family. It could be a home environment for sure, especially with all the intimacy going on. maybe Sagittarius is turning their back on things that are just like, I think the Tower in reverse is actually worse than the Tower upright, because this is like a delay. So you know something's falling apart, but it's not going to fall apart until next week, or it's not going to fall. So the Cancer full moon is teaching Sagittarius. It's showing you what has fell apart and what remains. You know, what still has a foundation. This is incredibly about your foundation, Sagittarius. But maybe not focusing on the crumbling of your foundation now, and more so looking to the very stable, committed foundation coming in, because there is some kind of commitment that you're waiting on. Okay, and commitment can go either way. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be you committing to yourself. But, you know, also the message here is that something has not fallen all the way apart. So there's still some crumbling that needs to happen, Sagittarius. This could be, this to me feels like something that did fall apart, and that those pieces coming back together or something. Like, I know this fell apart, but, you know, maybe in the future sometimes we can rebuild this. There's just this is a funny message. And I pulled the Knight of Wands to help me out with it. So yeah, this is definitely about moving forward. There might be two different directions that you want to move, Sagittarius. This is you. I did pull the Sagittarius card. So you're like charging forward, all right, to this Tower, but also keeping your future in mind. And there could definitely be some traveling. I do see Virgo here too. Maybe some communication with a Virgo, or with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But, you know, that's really interesting there, Sagittarius. The Three of Wands and the Tower in reverse. Waiting for something to fall apart. And this full moon is going to show you, basically. That's really all I can say, Sagittarius, is that this full moon in Cancer is about what has fallen apart now and what hasn't in the future, okay? It's something about that. Maybe there's some kind of waiting energy, okay? There's some kind of decision that Sagittarius has made too, and maybe that it was the decision not to destroy this Tower. You know, this could be a relationship, like, you know what, we've been through hell, but I'm just not done with you. You know, I see you in my future still. I see a commitment with you in the future, so this is just not falling apart right now. It may fall apart soon, but, you know, adventure. So, very interesting. Please incorporate your emotion and your family with that message, okay? Because this is all about those energy. That's kind of a theme for Cancer, is home. So that Tower could definitely be about you trying to rebuild your home, rebuild your foundation emotionally. But remember, Sagittarius, this is all about your intimacy, okay? Secrets, sex. So let's move on to Capricorn. By the time the full moon in Cancer has arrived, it'll be happy birthday, Capricorn. So this full moon has a lot to do with the sun in Capricorn, because the full moon in Cancer reflects that light. Cancer is your opposite sign. So Capricorn, this is all about your relationships, homeboys and girls. And I'm a Capricorn rising, so my 7th house is Cancer too. And my relationships are falling apart, basically, because there's just a cycle of relationships that are ending, which is probably why we have the 5 of Cups for you, Capricorn. Some kind of loss, maybe regret. You know, Capricorn, you're an earth sign. You're more about standing on firm ground, logically analyzing things, thinking about your future. You don't have time to think about how you feel when you're climbing a mountain. But, you know, your opposite sign, Cancer, it's going to challenge you. Cancer is one of the only signs that can challenge Capricorn, because they're the shadow of you. So here's this emotion, you know, this is a slight depression some of you guys might be feeling on the full moon in Cancer. Could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, because we do have cups here, but this is just your emotion. You guys are going to be thinking about something that you lost in the past. These 3 cups are knocked over, right? And you're focusing on them. Be careful, Capricorn, because there are still 2 cups behind you that you don't want to knock over. So be very careful not to fall into the depressive energy around the Cancer full moon. Because this is showing me that Capricorn may struggle with seeing the optimistic side of stuff. Emotions can do that to, you know, earth signs. It can really make you guys feel ungrounded. So there's something in the past, could be a third-party situation or just some kind of emotional loss that you endured. But it's about seeing the cup half full, Capricorn. It's not, you didn't lose more than you're getting. You didn't lose more than you're gaining. The underlying energy we have for you, Capricorn, is the Tower. Sagittarius just got this, and Libra got this card. So this full moon is really going to surprise some of us. You know, some of us are feeling really unstable emotionally, and there's some things falling apart at an emotional level. So I don't know if this is you regretting some kind of relationship. I don't know if this is you feeling like you lost the loss of something after something comes crumbling down. Like something may surprise and shock you. You didn't see this coming, Capricorn. And the Cancer full moon is really, there's something that puts you in the space of, wow, I really lost that, or I regret that emotionally. You know, because there's some kind of sudden ending to a relationship, to a home environment. This could be something falling down and shocking you and the family. But this is your 7th house of relationships, Capricorn. So I'm going to have to relate this to your 7th house of relationships. Some of you guys are really dealing with divorce, separation, heartbreak, betrayal. We have the 7 of Swords here. There is, maybe some of you guys are with sneaky, cheating, lying people that have hidden agendas. And because of that, Capricorn, because of the conflict and the juggling, and what is this? Definitely relationship. Maybe you're juggling more than one person. Maybe you found out someone else is, because there's definitely some conflict that you're having in your relationships around the time of this full moon. There is a beautiful connection that is here, but you may have to let go of an old one. You may have to let go of hidden agendas, trying to get away with something. Not you, but maybe someone with you. Some of you guys are going to find out with the light of the full moon in your 7th house, there's going to be awareness about relationships. Okay, Capricorn? And maybe you gain awareness that someone is not exactly who they say. This is deception. Okay, conflict and deception. Fighting. Competition. You're dealing maybe with more than one person. And this is why the Tower is here, because of some kind of hidden agenda. You know, this might be, you might be shocked that this could be you too, Capricorn. But for some of you, you could be shocked that you find out this person stole from you, this person lied to you, this person cheated on you, snuck around and had a hidden agenda and wasn't real with you. You know, it's going to shock you and everything's going to fall down. But the Tower does not come up unless things are built on a false foundation. And Capricorn, you're an A-lister, right? Like you want everything stable and checked out and responsible and in a timely fashion. So if I were you, I would welcome this Tower, because what it's hiding is this person. You may have been living with a thief or living with like a cheating, sneaky, lying person. And so yeah, you may have to deal with a short and brief period of time where you feel a little bit of loss. But in this time, because this is the card that came out for you, so this full moon is going to be a little bit overwhelming, but of course no one's going to be able to tell because you're just going to be working, right? Or distracting yourself with something physical and tangible. But yeah, inside emotionally, your emotional space, Capricorn, there is something you regret. There's something that you feel like you lost or something, but turn around, because there is some kind of relationship and connection. The loss of one relationship is going to turn around and give you another one. The crumbling of this Tower is going, the ashes from that are going to literally rebuild a completely new Tower, whether that's your home, whether that's a job, and it's definitely a relationship for 99% of you guys. So Capricorn, you know, focus on you. You have so much authority. Okay, Pluto, Saturn, South Node. This is about releasing regret, releasing emotional loss. Don't stay depressed. Don't wear black. It's your birthday. You know, it's your solar return. The sun is shining on you. So just keep that in mind when you're feeling this loss for a person, place, or thing because of this Tower. 7th house. Alright. Aquarius. Let's move to Aquarius. Aquarius. Cancer is 6 signs away from you. So this is all about health, service to other people. It's about your job. It's about your day-to-day routine. So Aquarius, do you schedule your emotions into your day-to-day routine? How do emotions play into your health? This is about your emotional health, Aquarius. I don't know if you knew that, but Cancer is it represents your emotional health. Okay, so you might want to consider, you know, the health of your emotional state and your emotional energy. Also, the Also, you may want to consider, you know, your emotional energy when it comes to all that you're doing for other people. Because when you go through 6th house stuff, you know, you can find yourself really giving to other people. Like, okay, I'll be of service to you, and now I'll do a job for you, and now I'll do a job for you. Like, now, what do you need me for? What do you need me for? It's a very 6th house energy. This is all about your lifestyle, your emotional lifestyle. How do you feel about your lifestyle, Aquarius? What are your emotional reactions to the people, places, and things that you're involved with on a day-to-day regimen, schedule, you know? So the cards that we have coming out for you, geez, we have the Hermit, Okay, now this is interesting because the Hermit is Virgo, and Virgo is the 6th house. So you're definitely maybe feeling a bit isolated, Aquarius. Some of you guys would rather just be in your solitude around this time of the full moon because you're going to be able to feel a lot of feels, and you're just like, I'm just going to detach from this. I'm just going to detach from that. No, I'm probably not going to go out on this day because, so some of you guys just would rather be alone. Now, I'm really interested in the card that came out with the Hermit. We have the 7 of Swords. So this is about a sneaky, cheating, lying, betraying, deception energy. So there's some kind of deception that the full moon, and it's an emotional deception, okay? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, but there could definitely be, some of you are dealing with Virgo. So I don't know if this Virgo is involved with this 7 of Swords, because this is a lie. It's a thief energy. It's a stealing, hidden agenda, false mask, deception. So I don't know if this happens to you while you're in a very you're reflecting, Aquarius, you're in your isolation, while right under your nose something's being taken from you at a mental level. This could just be someone taken from you at an emotional level too. But I do want to read that for some of you, I do see that there is some kind of cheating involved with a Virgo, whether that's on your behalf or whether it's on the Virgo's behalf. Maybe some of you guys are just isolating yourself from this deception, you know, because it looks like someone is definitely isolating themselves. And then on the other hand, there's this deception and a false mask. Bottom of the deck, Aquarius, is the Tower, just like pretty much every other zodiac sign got. I don't know, a lot of the signs got this Tower card. So there's just going to be some shakeups, you know, there's going to be some conflicts, potentially with a Gemini or even in your relationships, okay, some juggling, Aquarius, maybe some decisions to make. As far as relationships go, and some of you guys are dealing with betrayal and deception, and that's why you're maybe choosing to stay single or isolated. Keep in mind, this has to do with family. If you guys have Virgo family members, there could be some stuff going on there. If you have Virgo parent or Virgo children, there could be some stuff going on there. And this is your 6th house. So be very careful at work, Aquarius, that no one is stealing from you or doing anything shady or having any hidden agendas, especially if you work with a Virgo, Aquarius, because this energy is attached to Virgo somehow, and it's, you may be reflecting on a person in your life that is 7 of Swords related. You know, they're just not really trustworthy, and that might be why the Tower is here for you as well, because this is going to cause a shakeup. The sudden acknowledgement or enlightenment of this energy. Now, this could be level 10 for some of you, like, wow, you literally betrayed me, like you were sleeping with my cousin's sister. Or it could be something light, like, wow, you know, you literally stole $2 from me and I can't believe you. So I don't know the level of this deception, Aquarius. I just pulled the Temperance card, so it may have to do with a Sagittarius. Okay, there definitely may be a Sagittarius involved with this energy, but something here feels betrayed. Something here feels a very sneaky energy. So you'll have to let me know, Aquarius, how that fits into your lifestyle, into your health. This could just be, you know, you being taken from at that kind of level. And it could be emotional. But either way, it may be happening. It's going to cause some things it's going to surprise and shock you, Aquarius. So hopefully that helps, guys. This full moon is a very intense full moon. Holy crap, Pisces. Do I even want to know? Pisces, this is in your 5th house. So I do like 5th house. I like talking about the 5th house. So the 5th house is all about pleasure and creativity. It's the house of children. It's the house of expression and happiness. The 5th house is a lighter house, Pisces, and I'm happy that we are the zodiac sign going through 5th house energy. The North Node is there. We're gonna have a full moon there, so this is about new beginnings and endings when it comes to what we create, Pisces. You know, we're very creative, Pisces. We're very creative people. Completions with our children, and remember, this is about our emotions and our family and our home and our foundation. So the card that came out for us, Pisces, is the 6 of Pentacles. If I'm not mistaken, I think Taurus got this card as well. So this is about balance, the equal give and take, okay? And we're gonna have to relate this to our creativity. Maybe there's something creative that we're doing to make money, Pisces, but this full moon is really going to say, hey, Pisces, if this is causing you pleasure, you know, this is like equal give and take when it comes to pleasure as well, okay? Because this is the house of also soulmates, guys, soulmate energy, because The fifth house is a creative energy, but it's the house of romance as well. So romance and pleasure and expression and children, and apparently it all goes into the fifth house. So maybe that's what we need to balance. We do have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here, intangible energy. So maybe this is about getting money, you know, making money, somehow contributing to stability with the things that we're creating. But Pisces, the main message here is like, it's time for us to focus on our own happiness. It's time for us to really open our eyes and realize what we've been giving out as charity. You know, like, no giveaways, Pisces. Don't just give your creativity away for free. You're a fucking genius. You know, Einstein, he's a fucking genius. Dr. Seuss, fucking genius. Yeah, it's not going to kill you to, like, charge a small fee for these things that you're creating. Pisces, after this full moon, you're going to get ideas. You know, it's going to be the end to one creativity journey and the brand new journey of another one. So it's all about balance and making sure that it's 50-50. You're not giving more than you're taking, and you're not taking more than you're giving. The underlying energy is the Two of Cups. So this does have to do with a soulmate. It does have to do with a relationship, possibly with a Leo or a Cancer or a Scorpio or a Pisces or a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or any zodiac sign. It could be any zodiac sign, but this is a relationship, Pisces. And you know what? It's one that we've been hanging on to. It's one that is our comfort zone. There is a relationship here that we're comfortable in, that we are hanging on to this energy, Pisces. It could be somebody coming back, because this sometimes is a reconciliation. But either way, this is a very strong emotional bond. With the Lion there, this could be a decision as well, Pisces. I don't want to forget that. This could be a decision to either hang on to a lover or completely choose a different route. Okay, now we have the Cancer card showing up. Okay, and Scorpio. So Cancer and Scorpio are here to say, Pisces, it's about being happy now. This is literally the Sun card, which is Leo, and Leo is the fifth house. So there's going to be some Leo energy that comes up. This is also a child energy. Some of you may find out you're pregnant, but enough with this. Okay, enough with the loss and the depression and focusing on what didn't work out, Pisces. The Sun is here to light everything up. Okay, most positive card that you can get, and it's coming right after the Chariot and the King of Cups. So strong indication of your fellow water sign brothers and sisters. Okay, you could definitely be surrounded by water signs, but this is also talking about mastering our emotion before we move forward, Pisces. There has been emotional obstacles for us. You know, there has been an emotional obstacle, but both of these cards speak to mastery. Okay, there's something that we have now mastered. And we literally have to choose between growth and comfort now, okay? This could be a one person that makes us so comfortable, okay? But comfortable isn't always good, Pisces. If you're with someone who makes you feel comfortable, that's not a person who's going to make you grow. They're going to allow you to just be comfortable, right? So I'm saying that because there is a decision. We have a comfort zone. There is someone that wants to come back. With this Cancer full moon is going to bring so many people to Pisces because it's our house of soulmate and baby making energy and pleasure. We're going to be feeling happy probably. But there is some kind of relationship attachment here that you're holding on to. But is that the same relationship that we're talking about here? Is this the equal give and take? Okay, or is this something that's just draining you? Things to consider on this crossroads. Okay, this Cancer full moon, this is the card of Cancer. Some of you have a Cancer or a Scorpio here. But this is about moving forward, victory. So you better choose the path of victory, Pisces, because you've been through enough emotionally. So be careful what you're hanging on to. Careful of your own comfort zones, because you might not grow. You know, do you want to be a shark in a little bitty fish tank? It's up to you, but I think this is all about balanced relationships. From here on out, Pisces, after this Cancer full moon, we're no longer giving our cup to somebody who doesn't have a cup. You know, if you don't have your own emotional security, if you're not balanced emotionally, sorry, can't even be your friend, honey. So, you know, making sure, look at these two, this person is giving this person a cup. But you don't want to be with people who give you crumbs like in this person. We don't want charity relationships. This is like a charity relationship, or something that we were hanging on to was a charity relationship. Bottom of the barrel. It was given to us just because. It wasn't written in the stars. Pisces, we are so romantic. This is a romantic energy. So we're going to be really Knight of Cups. And, you know, the advice from the tarot is just really make sure that you can see the physical. Don't see the potential in somebody, Pisces. Physical proof that this is a balanced relationship, or we're going to be single. You know, I don't see Pisces after this full moon just, you know, accepting people who give them emotional crumbs. Like, no, Pisces is a whole sea. They're a whole ocean. You know, it's amazing that we can even fit the entirety of who we are and what we feel in this cup, but we're willing to give it to someone. So it looks like there's a balance. Let me just chill out because there's a lot of emotional, like, unresolved trauma there. But I feel like this is a balanced relationship coming to you, Pisces. For this, the Cancer full moon is helping you release a comfort zone, release an old relationship. And yeah, this is going to be a person that gives to you just as much as you give to them, emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally, financially, all of it. Crazy full moon, guys. These messages were not what I expected. Let's get one final message. So please, God, universe, goddess, angels, archangels of the universe, let's get a final guidance card for the Cancer full moon. Cancer full moon, and the card we have is the Empress, an abundant woman. This is Venus. So it's about, you know, water is in relation to love, okay? Water is love, water is healing. So, you know, this is Venus, and it's like, this is about focusing on love, you guys. It's about focusing on giving birth to something emotionally. How emotions can be beautiful, you know? You know, emotions can be very beautiful and abundant. And I think that when Cancer comes around and delivers this amount of emotion all at once so quickly, with all the other stuff going on too, that we're just going to be forced to see emotions as an abundant thing. You know, at the end of this full moon, I feel like this is going to add an element of beauty to our emotion. So this is like emotional beauty, giving birth to something emotionally. It is a fertile energy. So this is like becoming emotionally fertile. So just understand the emotions that you're experiencing around the Cancer full moon are actually, it's actually like the semen, to the situation. Like the tears you cry, the emotions you feel are actually going to impregnate a situation. Isn't that creepy? Basically, the emotions you feel are going to give birth to something, okay? It's going to transform something. This is like an Aries, Libra, Taurus energy. We do have Libra here. Okay, so this is going to be about balance as well. Okay, this is going to be very karmic. It's going to be balanced. There's going to be justice involved here. Maybe even certain things about the law. Because some of us have really been carrying a lot of heavy burdens. Cancer got this card for their message, guys. So, of course, if Cancer feels burdened, if Cancer is going through all these heavy weights and battles, we're going to be feeling that around the full moon. It's Cancer's sign, you know. So, we got to drop that burden, guys, in order to get these very physical, because this is the thing that Cancer is promising. Everything that I'm showing you, everything that I'm making you feel will manifest in a physical way. So your emotions can turn into profit or something you value. Everything you feel inside, because emotions are not seeable, right? But everything you feel, guys, it's going to manifest. It's coming in slowly but surely, okay? All the heartbreak, all the pain, all the betrayal that you have felt all year. Cancer is here as the mother. Mama. Like, Cancer is here to, like, nurture us all and, like, come on. I know you're tired. I know you've been dealing with these burdens, but the trick is to allow ourselves to feel what we feel. Okay, this is not just like any other old time where we feel our emotions and we just, you know, maybe we have a headache and feel a little bit better. This is different because the full moon is going to be here. So this is going to complete everything. I'm going to want to cry. I'm going to like want to, everything we feel, we're feeling it because we're getting rid of it. Does that make sense? Karma's coming in to help all this we've been carrying so many emotions, guys, and balance is desperately needed. There is definitely love that is needed in this situation. And you know, this is a mother. This is the mother of the tarot. So now I understand why this came out for the Cancer full moon, because this is, mother is here. You know, no matter if you have who you consider your earthly mother to be, Cancer is the mother of the universe, just like Capricorn is the father. So, you know, this is going to be leading us to our destiny. So I'm actually really happy to see that the mother energy is really going to be present here, is going to add beauty to this situation. I mean, so basically I feel like Cancer is going to provide you with an energy of a shoulder to cry on, right? Your mom's always there for you, right? So at least we have that. It could be a person, it could be, you know, an energy around us, it could be a situation that's just so happens to be there. Okay, but I do know this energy is going to complete a lot because I'm looking at the clock and it's 10:10. So that just shows me a synchronicity that this is really, really, really a completion, you guys. This full moon is at 0 degrees, so it's a complete completion, so that it's a new beginning. So thank you guys so much for watching. This video is a little bit emotional, hectic, but that's the kind of energy that is going to be happening around the full moon. So emotions all over the place, really weird guidance and confusion, but at least there's this mother nurturing energy available to us. So alright guys, hope we all make it through this full moon, and I'll see you on the other side.